want to show you some extraordinary pictures which came to us from the Vatican on what was, of course, an extraordinary day. Within hours of Pope Benedict announcing that he was to resign, take a look at this. Lightning struck St. Peter's Basilica. You can see it again now in slow motion. Extraordinary. It happened just before 6 o'clock in the evening, local time.
Exchange between law enforcement and the suspect at that cabin. This is an ongoing gunfight that has now been going on for more than a half an hour, and it's there at that Seven Oaks cabin just on the backside of Big Bear.
And Sheriff McMahon of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, he of course has been one of the main voices on that search up in the mountains, so he would be a great source on that. I want to get back to Jacob Rascone. Jacob, I know that you're blocked off there. We've been hearing several reports from Anna Garcia about the possibility that he had as many as 34 legally registered weapons. We're also hearing now that gunfire is active. Are you still hearing that sort of scanner chatter that the shooting or the standoff is still very much underway?
The scanner traffic went dark at sea for 5 minutes or so. There was nothing, and I'm just now starting to listen back to things.
Folks, let me just give you, there is at least 2 police officers shot. They've been airlifted to a local hospital.
That's exactly
that is new breaking information.
What they will do is switch to a channel that cannot be monitored by the media and or possibly the suspect himself, because as we all know, former LAPD cop, and who knows what kind of equipment he may have had with him. We do know that this suspect, whoever the suspect is, jumped out of that truck and ran off into the cabin, so he probably didn't have a lot of gear with him, but certainly enough to be shooting out in this firefight with various officers there at the cabin himself. But they certainly switch that scanner traffic up onto different channels so that they can talk and get the business done that they need to get done.
Jacob, did you have something you wanted to add?
Lucy, I was only going to say that I do remember now, initially when the shots fired call came in, that they did say that wherever those women were being held, apparently held hostage, they did find smoke grenades, they said, and they said, according to the women inside, that the suspect, whoever it was, had a handgun with a silencer on it. That was the only information they had at the time. Apparently, from the chatter we've been hearing on Scanner, he also had some sort of automatic weapon.
So they found smoke grenades in the cabin where he was holding the 2 people hostage?
That is according to the reports from the scanner. Initially, when the shots fired call came in, and they said that they were possibly 2 hostages, possibly a truck stolen, they did say that at that location, wherever it was, a home, a cabin, whatever it might have been, they did find smoke grenades, and then they did report that according to the women there, the suspect, whoever was with them, had a handgun with a silencer on it.
Well, clearly he declared war against the LAPD, and he initiated that allegedly. Here we are now, potentially, if in fact Christopher Dorner is holed up in this cabin, this could in fact be the beginning of the end. You have multiple law enforcement agencies. We talked about the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department leading that search up in the mountains. You have other state agencies, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and although his war was waged against the LAPD and any officers who are helping, this is a brotherhood of law enforcement agencies, and here they are backing each other up in the mountains there. Again, we can't get in too closely because we want to protect the officers who are involved. Already, it's been confirmed that 2 have been injured or have been wounded in a potential shootout and are being treated, or at least in the process of being taken to a nearby hospital.
We'll be right back, folks. As soon as we get more information, we'll be right back. Stay with the story. What you're seeing is live. Christopher Dorner has shot 2 more police officers, and the situation is definitely fluid, and we'll stay on top of it. What? Dead bodies are rising from the graves. Hackers broke into the emergency alert systems in Montana, and what came over the wire, what came over the Montana television network was zombies. Dead bodies are rising from the graves. What? What's going on? Get a cup of coffee. These are signs of the end times.
That over there, this is from 2 months ago. That's a coconut crab. Largest crab in the world that lives on land. Whoa! Look at that. It can weigh up to 9 pounds. Coconut crab. Oh man, if I saw that, I'd freak out.
2012 DA14. It is an asteroid that's going to pass within the geosynchronous ring of the Earth, possibly impacting some satellites that are currently active, or some space junk that there is over 22,000 pieces of floating out there in space. These images are a NASA computer simulation of the current space debris floating in space. 20,000 trackable pieces of space junk orbiting our planet. This is posing a major collision risk, as 2012 DA14 will pass anywhere between 9,200 and 95,000 miles away from the Earth to 20,000 miles away from the Earth. This is well within the geosynchronous space that the satellites orbit in, and some of the space junk orbits in as well. Now, the gravity of the Earth is not strong enough to pull this asteroid in. However, it could possibly hit a satellite or deflect some space junk to hit something else. There is too many possibilities for this to happen. It is going to travel fairly in between that massive field of debris. Who knows what is going to happen, but the best time for this viewing would be in Europe on February 16th, around 1 to 3 a.m. local time with binoculars. Yes, it would be that close that you can actually see it with binoculars. But it's going to be moving fairly quickly. As always, I will post links in the bottom. Please rate, like.
Live, this is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is February 12th, 2013, and here are your updates for today. I'm attaching a bunch of stuff at 9 p.m. You can watch President Obama's State of the Union address live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and off of YouTube. There's a link at the top. I'm noticing that right now. So heads up on that. I'll try to get you the footage. Alright, moving on. The Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. Part 2. Extinction level supervolcano growing in the Pacific. Deep mantle piles. Santa Cruz, whoa, excuse me, cat hair. Santa Cruz Islands quakes. It's right by there. Magma ultra low velocity zone. Oh, it's encompassing a part of Australia. Heads up! They're worried about a supervolcano. That's what's going on with all these quakes. Also, 5.1 magnitude earthquake in North Korea declared as country's third underground nuclear test. Like we haven't had enough earthquakes as it is. I'm going to show you footage from that the next time around. Second case of mysterious SARS-like coronavirus identified in UK. Alrighty then. I'm going to show you some footage too today. And a giant crab. You'll see. It's at the front of the show. I don't know what happened yesterday, but what wasn't supposed to be public was public. You know, it's like, I don't know what's going on. What's really going on? Because I know I put that as unlisted, and I guess about 15 of you guys saw it. I don't know. So most of you missed the whole show when it was put all together. So you can check out yesterday's show if you missed it with all the add-on footage. Alrighty then, moving on. The Watchers watching the world. Tropical cyclone Gino formed in southern Indian Ocean. TV viewing leads to lower sperm counts. Heads up, guys. TV viewing leads to lower sperm counts. You know the TV screen does put out a little bit of radiation. Don't sit too close to it. Don't you remember people telling you that years ago? Breakthrough in quantum computing. Researchers built interface for quantum internet. Tropical cyclone Haley about to dissipate in South Pacific Ocean. Alrighty then. Moving on. Doing this early so you can watch the other thing too while this is all loading. So I want to watch the State of the Union address. Let's see. See what he's gonna say. Alright, E&E News, Fukushima News. February 12th, 2013. Video, Fukushima child has radioactivity of 6,000 disintegrations per second inside body. Crimes against humanity. Okay, moving on. Sharp increase in Fukushima doctors who don't feel well physically since 3/11. More than 3 times as many now say their health condition is not good. That was yesterday. Alrighty then. U.S. Canada. February 12th. Newspaper. Louisiana sinkhole swallows another 5,000 square feet. Expert. We're actually starting to see fractures occurring in this disturbed zone at the surface around giant Louisiana sinkhole. Also today, I've got, this is a quote, I've got people who are bleeding from their behinds, who have sores all over their bodies. Attorney for U.S. Navy sailors exposed to Fukushima radiation. Alrighty then. It's all crimes against humanity. Alright. Alrighty then. It is 2 days down. It's Tuesday evening. 3 to go before the weekend. Hang in there. Be prepared. And this week is Valentine's Day. And right after Valentine's Day, whew, here comes the asteroid, DA 142012. I'm giving you another update. So watch the whole thing. Take care. Be prepared for anything. And I'll see you, and be safe, and I'll see you again on the flip side tomorrow. Right, Max? Max is back there talking. Take care. Good boy. Good boy, Max. Mama? You say mama? Alright, take care. I don't know if you can hear him or not.